Today, I'll be poaching sea bass with Jeff Marlowe at the Oaks Country Club, then visiting Go Fresh for the best fruits, veggies, and herbs. And finally, back to my test kitchen to prepare a salmon fillet to present for this week's lesson, poaching. Hi, I'm Remy, and I started cooking when I was 4. When I turned 10, I learned all I could from my home kitchen. So I partnered with Oklahoma State's Culinary Arts program. Now I travel to the best chefs around, learning the curriculum and techniques. Then seek out the freshest, most healthy ingredients to create dishes to be judged by the chefs that inspired them. Just call me the Culinary Kid. We're at the Oaks Country Club, and I'm here with Chef Jeff Marlowe.
Welcome to the Oaks Country Club, Chef Remy.
So, what are we doing today, Chef?
Well, actually, Remy, we're going to teach you how to poach fish. It's a very simple cooking method. Usually people would think of it on the stovetop. The first thing that comes to mind when you hear poached is probably poached eggs. And that's not what we're actually going to be poaching today. We're going to be poaching a blue nose sea bass, also known as the Atlantic butterfish. Have you ever done any poaching yourself, Remy?
No.
You haven't? Well, we're going to teach you how. And we're actually going to be poaching in the oven today instead of the stovetop. So it's going to be kind of a new method and kind of a new style.
I'm ready to get started.
So what we got here, Remy, is we got all our citrus cut up. We're ready for that step. Now I think what we want to do is go ahead and put our oil in our pan, okay?
Okay.
So we're using olive oil, also known as pumice oil, when it's not extra virgin. And this is just a very basic olive oil, and it's good for when you're sauteing and you're poaching and just cooking with, because you don't need a very high-end oil that costs a lot of money. You just want to cook with pumice oil, okay? So
pumice oil is basically just olive oil, right?
Yeah, just an olive oil, not the extra virgin. So what we're gonna do is put about 2 cups in here, okay?
So is this gonna be the kind of like a sauce, or what is it?
No, it's not gonna be a sauce. This is actually gonna be our liquid that we're gonna poach in. So this is gonna be cooking our fish today, Remy. You could actually at the end use it for a little bit of a sauce if you wanted to ladle some over your fish. But I've got another surprise for you here at the end of what we're gonna do with this fish, okay?
Okay.
So today we're just gonna be poaching with this liquid.
Okay. So I'm gonna add about much oil. Let's see if I can get it right.
I bet you can.
And stop.
Pretty good. Good job, Chef.
Thanks. So how'd I do? Good?
You did great. I think it's pretty good. Give me some whoop whoop there. All right. Good job, kiddo. Let's go ahead, and now what we want to do, Rim, is we want to go ahead and put our fish in. So I'm going to grab a piece of fish here and go ahead and place it in the oil. Go ahead.
So why are you using blue nose sea bass?
Well, we're using sea bass because it's a nice flaky fish, okay? Poaching it and baking it kind of holds itself together. And when it's when it's poaching in this liquid, it's going to kind of shrink down a little bit and tighten up, and it'll hold itself all together. When we come out and we're ready to eat, it'll just be really flaky with a knife. It'll just be so tender. So that's why we're using this fish today, okay? So now what we want to do with our citruses that we have, Rim, is we want to take 2 of our limes, and we want to go ahead and squeeze them off in there.
My lime. Squeeze it in there. Just put it on in there. And then 2, right?
Yep.
2.
There you go. Good job.
All the flavor in there.
Okay. And then let's go ahead and do 1 of our lemons.
Just making seed. Don't want no seeds in there. Gonna squirt this everywhere. Yeah.
There you go. Good job. Very nicely done.
Thank you.
Done it like a pro. Okay. And now let's go ahead and put 2 of our quarters of oranges in there. Okay, Rim?
Okay. So, this one's hard. We can get this. You make this look easy.
Got your lemons, you got your limes, you got your oranges. Looks good. I think we're ready for our herbs. Let's go ahead and take our gloves off now.
Okay.
Now that we've got our fish in there and our citrus, I'll take your gloves and I'll throw them here in the trash.
Okay.
And now we're ready to put our herbs in there.
Okay.
So,
What herbs do we have?
What we have here today is we have a fresh rosemary, a fresh sage, and a fresh basil. And what we want to do is we want to go ahead and break up our herbs and into littler pieces so they all fit down in the oil.
Yeah. So why don't we break them in pieces instead of just like picking them off and stuff?
Well, we don't want big pieces that are sticking out, especially with the rosemary, because rosemary is really dry. It's kind of like it's like a Christmas tree. You ever bought a fresh Christmas tree?
Yep.
And those things are so dry, you got to keep watering them. 'Cause if it was to catch on fire, just poof. So, rosemary, when it doesn't have oil on it, it would burn up and get really black in the oven. So we don't want to do that. So we want it to be immersed completely in the oil. And what we want to do is grab a little fresh sage.
So, what is sage exactly?
You know, sage is a Mediterranean herb, and they used it back in the old days as medicine, and witch doctors used it as, you know, healing remedies. So, but today we're using it as cooking.
So now we're adding some basil, right?
Yep. And don't you know a little something about basil?
Did you know that basil in Greek means king? So kind of like all hail the king.
So is that kind of the king of the herbs?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, it's my favorite herb, so I would call it the king of the herbs.
Yeah.
Okay, Remy, now I think we're ready to go. All we need is a little garlic and some salt and pepper.
Composting.
Okay. You want to go ahead and add 6 or 7 cloves there to the... Excellent. Go ahead and add them to mine too, so my hands don't smell like garlic. This is where we need the gloves again, so our hands aren't garlicky. All right, now then put us a couple of pinches of salt and pepper over the top of those. Excellent, good job. Very nice, Remy, good job. They're ready to go into the oven, so you ready to put these into the oven and let them poach?
Okay.
All right, let's go, kid.
Let's go. So, how high is the temperature going to be?
We're actually going to cook this at 300 degrees, Rem, because we don't want it too high. And this is a commercial convection oven, and it's cooking off of a flowing of air. And so what we're going to do is we're going to cook it at 300 degrees so our oil doesn't actually burn, and it doesn't burn our herbs up, and because poaching is a slow cooking method. We don't ever want it to really reach a rapid boil. So that's why we got it set at a low temperature like that. And it's going to take about 25 minutes, 20-25 minutes to cook.
Okay.
Okay?
Coming up, gourmet cooking made so easy, even a 10-year-old can do it. Stay tuned.
We at Metro Appliances and More had the opportunity to partner with a 10-year-old chef. After meeting with Remy, I knew that we wanted to help her communicate her message of teaching young children how to cook and eat healthy. It's been an amazing journey so far, and I couldn't be more pleased. I want to encourage you to watch the new series, The Culinary Kid with Remy. She's a lot of fun, and it's going to be great.
Hey friends, do you want to be a chef? Well, listen to this. I recently won the National Lunch My Dream contest. My dream is for all kids to be healthy. I created the Chef Challenge, which means cook healthy, exercise frequently. I think if you learn to cook, you'll eat healthier. If you exercise, you'll be healthier. Take the 3-month challenge and become a chef. It's easy to sign up and it's free. There are prizes too. But the real prize is a healthier you. Join the fun? Go to my website, theculinarykid.com.
Okay, Remy. Well, while our fish is in the oven poaching, I'm going to go ahead and teach you how to saute a nice little, we'll make a little ragu, a little bean ragu for to put our fish on top of. What we want to do, and sauteing is actually, it's French for jumping. The more flavors we invite to our party, the better, right? So this is just like a big old party right here.
Whoa,
Everybody's just hopping and jumping, and that's what you call sauteing.
That's awesome. It must be hot.
Isn't that cool? Okay, Rim. What we want to do now is I want to get some beans for our.
So what kind of beans are these?
These are Great Northern white beans. Okay. And so we keep them in liquid so they don't dry out. And that's probably plenty for our dish. Want to go ahead and shut that for me? All right, thank you. So what we're going to do, Remy, is come over here and we're just going to add our beans to our dish. All right, got about that much. Probably about the same over in there. All right. And then one more thing I want to put in there, other than salt and pepper and chicken stock, is a little salt, a little pepper.
All in one.
All in one. So we're going to add some spinach.
So, do you know anything about spinach?
Yeah, you know, spinach, its original name was Florentine, and it came from Princess Florentine that had her chefs and cooks go out and find her a new, she just wanted something new. So they went out and found this vegetable, and she really loved it, and before you know it, it was called Florentine, and so it originated from Princess Florentine. So anytime you go out to a restaurant, Remy, and you see a dish that has Florentine in it, you know you're going to get spinach. Okay, now we want to add about 4 ounces of chicken stock.
Wow, that really is jumpy.
Yeah, it is. Okay, Remy, now that we've got our ragu all sauteed up and seasoned and ready to go, I think our fish is just about done, so let's go ahead and grab it out of the oven, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Remy. So now what we want to do is, let me borrow your slotted spoon. I'm going to go ahead and take the fish out of our nice poaching liquid. And be careful because it's very hot. See that slotted spoon, it helps all the oil run away. And we're going to place that fish right there on top of our ragu, okay?
Okay.
Remember that skillet's very hot now, kid.
So just get my
Yeah, there you go. Good job.
here.
Very good job.
That's good.
Excellent. Okay, now let me take your hot skillet. I'm gonna move it out of the way because we gotta finish the final touches here real quick. What we wanna do, rim, we wanna clean the rim. Okay? So we wanna go around our bowl here and have a nice little clean rim.
Nice presentation.
Presentation is one of the keys. And what we're gonna do is take a little balsamic reduction. We're gonna stripe our fish, okay?
Ooh. Okay, let me do that.
Excellent. Good job. One more garnish, Remy. Let's stick our fresh clove of rosemary right in the center of it.
Kind of stick it in there.
There you go. Now we're ready. Bon appetit.
That looks good.
You ready to try it out?
I don't want to eat
Give me
it
some
though.
woo-woo first.
It looks
Good job.
good. I
Well
don't
done,
really wanna
chef.
eat it,
Well
though.
done, chef.
I don't really want to eat it. I just want to like.
It's too pretty to eat?
Yeah.
Well, let's try it. I like eating it.
It's very. It looks very tender too. Look at that.
It's hot. Delicious. Is it too hot, kiddo? It's like a hot piece of broccoli in your mouth. I told you it's too hot.
Well, I really love this dish, and I want to thank Chef Jeff for helping me learn this technique. And I just can't wait to put this technique to practice.
Excellent. Good job, chef.
Next, I'll go to the top fruit and veggie supplier, Go Fresh, for today's recipe. Stay tuned. Hi, what's your name, and how would you like me to sign your book?
The signed feature present, please.
I like your style, kid. Don't miss the Culinary Kid.
Remy, let me tell you about a few of the Thermador appliances here on your set. Right here we've got a 36-inch induction cooktop with 5 induction elements, and also the largest induction element.
Cool. What's this?
Well, over here we've got our triple combination professional wall oven. You've got convection microwave, you've got a convection wall oven, and also you have a warming...
What's this?
Well, here is our 30-inch masterpiece double wall oven. You've got convection in both ovens, and you also have electronic controls.
Wow, Thermador really knows its stuff.
well, we like to fulfill the needs of our clients.
Do you make trampolines? Because I could really use one of those.
I can get back to you on that.
Hi, everybody. I hope you're enjoying my show. And I got another tip. This tip's about kitchen safety. And you know, it's important that you have your parents' permission to be cooking in the kitchen. I've been told that I make cooking look really easy. Well, I've been doing it for quite some time. But guess what? Even when I'm at home or I'm on my set, I always have adult supervision. And you should too. For more information on kitchen safety, go to my website, theculinarykid.com.
All right, Remy, there are 3 things you have to be a great chef. 1 is a sharp knife.
Check.
2 is a clean uniform.
Check.
And 3, you've got to have a French accent. Say oui.
Oui.
No, say O-U-I. Oui.
Oui.
Oh, we'll work on that later. It's getting closer.
That's great. That's actually that ending.
I'm here with Russell Hickson at Go Fresh Produce. So Russell, tell me about Go Fresh.
Well, Remy, we are a family-owned and operated produce distribution company. We've been in business for 70 years. We service restaurants and country clubs and hospitals and hotels and government institutions, things like that. Another one of the things we do is we service public school systems, and there's a grant out there that schools can get to buy fresh fruits and vegetables from all around the world. One of the schools that we service is buying a lot of star fruit this coming week, so we have a whole lot of star fruit in.
What do you specialize in?
Mostly produce, fruits, and vegetables. We bring in products from all around the world. We bring in products from California, from Vietnam, from Italy. If they grow it, we buy it.
Wow, that's a lot of places.
Yeah, lots of places. We sell a lot of produce. Remy, one of the great things that we do is we buy products from local farmers and we redistribute that product out to our customers. And it's great for our community too.
So who else do you service around?
Well, actually, we have some mutual friends. Been watching your show, and some of the chefs that you've worked with are actually customers of mine. Wolfgang Puck and Bodine's and Whole Foods as well.
So you've seen my show. What do you think?
I think it's great. I think it's great because you're introducing a lot of culture to kids with cooking, and there's a lot to be said for that.
I wish all my viewers could smell this great fresh produce. I want to thank you, Russell, for showing me around, and I can't wait to use all this fresh produce in my dish.
No problem, Remy. It was great having you, and I hope you enjoyed the fresh produce.
Back to my kitchen to prepare a salmon fillet to present for this week's lesson. We're back at the test kitchen, and freshly inspired by Chef Marlowe, I'm ready to make this week's meal, which is poached salmon with a cucumber sauce and an assorted salad with some French bread. So first I have some water in my pan, and I added some vegetable broth. And this is called courmouillon, which means a poaching liquid. So
I didn't know that the braising liquid was called that.
flavoring to my liquid. So first, I'm going to add some celery. Just finish cutting this up. I'm going to add some celery. Oops. I can just drop it in there. And some carrots. And then some onions. And this is called a mirepoix. Onions, celery, and carrots. Onions. So messy. Okay, so now I'm going to add some lemons. I'm just going to drop these in there. And now I'm going to add some parsley. My herb. Just going to lay a little bunch right there. And then I'm going to add some basil. Just lay that right there too. And then over here I have some salmon. And I put some salt and pepper on this. And did you know that salmon is the only fish that lives in fresh and salt water? You know, they've really got to make up their mind. And did you know that when they're about 2 or 3 years old, they go to the open sea? You know, that's really impressive for a toddler. I couldn't swim when I was 2 or 3. So now I just kind of want...
That's what you want. You don't want it to be boiling. Poaching is cooked at a low
I'm
heat.
going to cover it with parchment paper. So now I'm just going to kind of use my tongs to kind of push the parchment paper down in the pan a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to put the lid on my pan. And I'm going to let this poach for about 5 minutes. And you know, you don't really want this boiling, but you want it to kind of simmer. So now, I'm going to work on this rice. The rice is a lemon jasmine rice. And so what I have is just jasmine rice, and it has a little bit of salt and pepper. Okay, so now I'm just going to add a little bit of lemon juice, not all of the lemon. And then I'm going to zest a little bit of my lemon on here. And you know, when you're zesting, you want the yellow part. And if you get white parts in there, it's going to be sour. So, let's see if I can get the other parts of the lemon. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some parsley. And did you know that lemons were also referred to as the golden apple because they were believed to prevent diseases like scurvy for sailors or pirates? Okay, so now I'm just going to mix this up a little bit so I can get all my parsley dusted everywhere, lemon juice everywhere into my rice. Okay, so now I'm going to chuck my salmon. Okay, well, that looks about done. So now I'm just going to take my salmon out. Get my salmon out of here. Oops. Got a little parsley with it. Well, that's okay. This. Wow. These. Bye-bye. Okay. So, now, what I'm going to do, just kind of set that aside over there. Okay. So now, I'm going to get my rice ready. So I'm going to grab this bowl here, and I'm just going to put some rice in it. And I'm going to use this bowl as my mold. So what I'm really going to do is just kind of pack the rice in there. And did you know that rice is very important to many cultures? And the Chinese, my peeps, they honor rice on the Lunar New Year celebration.
Remy's peeps. That's cute.
Get all my rice in there. Well, not all of it, but most of it. And, okay. And you know, you really want to pack it in there, or else it will fall apart on your plate and you'll have a blob, which does not look that pretty. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to...
Remy really moves smooth and quick in the kitchen to be 10 years old.
Right there, and down, and then we have that. And it's really pretty, you know? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my salmon. So, take this big piece right here. We better use this thing. Spatula. Okay. And then I'm just going to lay it gently on there like that. Doesn't that look pretty so far? I think it does. Okay. So anyway, now I'm going to add my cucumber sauce. And this cucumber sauce has cucumbers, some shallots, and mint, parsley, Greek yogurt, and looks like we have some dill in there. Okay, so I'm just going to lay this kind of two little blobs there. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to like lay a few lemon slices to make it look pretty too. Like maybe one there. Oh. And then I'm going to put some parsley on it. Sprinkle it over. And then I have my salad. And this is a salad with baby greens and some spinach, some arugula, and some pears and celery with some Parmesan cheese and salt and pepper. And you know, the dressing is really easy. It's just some canola oil with some red wine vinegar and some Dijon mustard. So now what I'm going to do is just whisk it up a little bit so I can get it all together. And you know, I'm not going to pour a lot on this because it has some strong flavor. So I'm just going to pour a little bit over here, a little bit over there. Oops. So now I'm just going to toss it so I can get all the ingredients together. Okay, so now I'm just going to get a little, oops. Okay, that's good. And then just kind of place it right there. So now I have French bread with some olive oil and balsamic vinegar.
Plated it up just like any chef in town would have done it.
Well, I hope Chef Marlo really likes this. And for this recipe and more, just go to my website, theculinarykid.com. Time for the chef presentation. Now, this is a pass or fail, so wish me luck. Back again with Chef Jeff Marlo. Jeff attended OSUIT Culinary Arts Program and is the executive chef at the Oaks Country Club. He loves spending time with his family, going hunting, fishing, and golfing. Chef Marlo, inspired by the dish you made me, I prepared poached salmon with a cucumber sauce, an assorted salad with baby greens, pears, and celery, and a lemon jasmine rice with French bread. I hope you enjoy.
Well, thank you, Remy. Wow, I mean, this is beautiful. This plate right here could go in any fine dining restaurant in Tulsa, so very good job. You got a lot of contrast going on here with the colors, with your salmon and your white yogurt dill sauce. So you have your beautiful salad with your pears, your arugula. It just all looks very nice. So thank you so much. Let me dig in and try it. Very good. Try your salad here. Love pears.
Pears are awesome.
Mm-hmm. Very good salad. Love that dressing. It's really light. Dijon mustard is one of my favorite mustards to use. You know, and that's traditional when you're making a vinaigrette. So, tell me what you got here. A little French bread and
some olive oil and balsamic
balsamic,
vinegar.
just to kind of go with the dish a little bit. Looks good. Bread's my weakness, as you can tell. I've eaten a lot of bread in my life to get this figure. Your salmon's been poached very nice. Got a great little dill sauce here, yogurt dill sauce. I taste a little cucumber in there. So I'm ready to just sit here and enjoy this dish. And I gave you 2 thumbs up, kiddo. Good job.
Well, Chef Marlo, I'd like to thank you for the inspiration, the good food, and the passing grade.
No problem. My pleasure, Remy. You've deserved it.
That's it for this week's show. I can't wait for next week's lesson, right here on The Culinary Kid.
Some mustard on it. Put the mustard on it. All right. Speed.
C-M-O-N. Yeah, it's an N. No! Oh, yeah, man. That'd be like...